Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Wednesday, February 18th, 2009. This morning I thought I'd go through a brief COM OLE example using ObjectStudio. So to get started, we go to File, Load Application, and what we need to do is bring in the OLE support. So we scroll down here, select OLE, and hit Load. Now that's going to take a moment. It's bringing in a bunch of stuff by filing it in and compiling it, so it's a little slower than bringing in parcels in VisualWorks. Now the next thing I'm going to do is bring in the support for the application that I've been testing out this morning. So to do that, I need to load a parcel. And it's not really a parcel, it's a Smalltalk archive, but use the same interface. So I go through here, and now what I need to do is select here all files or Smalltalk archives. And you'll see I have this iTunes example that I've got listed here, so I select Open for that. And that's now loaded it. So let's close that and go to Browse, System. Bring the browser back into the view here, and if I scroll down a bit, we'll find that I have this iTunes example. Now what I've got is a simple class, iTunes model. It is subclass from object, but it's in the ObjectStudio namespace, and if I look at the initialize method, that's where the basic stuff happens. I go to OLE object, I tell it I need a new program ID, iTunes application, and then I need to grab the dispatcher, because the dispatcher is the thing through which I interface to all the COM APIs. Now I'm not going to go through how I found these COM APIs. You can Google for them. They're easy enough to find for things like iTunes. And I hooked up a small number of them. Next track, pause, play, and then release is just how I throw the dispatcher away, and set volume. So all you really do here is, this is a property, so to get the property I do an at put, so at this property put some value, and if I'm calling a method it's just call with the appropriate parameters. In this case I don't have any parameters, so it's pretty simple. Now to do this, let's go over here and I'm going to bring up a tool. I'm going to bring up a ObjectStudio workspace, and again I'm going to open up a little script that I wrote for myself, OLE demo, and this is a very basic little script here. I have my model that I create with a new, set the volume to 100, and then play whatever track happens to be selected, wait for 10 seconds so you can hear that something's happening, and then I pause, go to the next track, play, again wait for 10 seconds, pause, and then release. Now what I'm going to do is turn the volume up so that you can actually hear that something's happening. So let's go ahead and execute this. Smalltalk execute. And now let's go ahead and bring up the iTunes interface. And there it went through. Now it's playing the next one. And there, that's it. So what you see it did is it did exactly what I told it to do. It set the volume up, played it, then I waited for 10 seconds, then I paused the track, went to the next one, played that. So I was able to control the iTunes interface through ObjectStudio using the COM API. Now that's not terribly exciting. I've done this sort of thing before. What we're going to do tomorrow is build a small user interface on this so that we can do all this stuff from a GUI. Again, not terribly exciting, but just to show you how this process is done. I've done something similar over on the Mac side using AppleScript and a VisualWorks GUI. Now we're going to do the same thing using ObjectStudio Windows GUIs and COM. So we'll leave it there for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.